Arcade Heroes.
Greetings, it's Adam with ArcadeHeroes.com, and here's a surprise that was seen at IAPA 2021 at the ICE booth, and that's Tecnoplay's Racecraft. And as you can see, this one is angling itself more for the simulator arcade market, and this controller here, it even has the gas and the brake pedals behind the steering wheel. It has the pedals, the gas and brake at your feet as well, but it has that there for a somewhat more realistic experience and something that works good for kids, as I'll mention later on. Now here is one of the developers behind the game showing it off, and there are a lot of different modes. You can do automatic, you can do manual shifting, but there's 40 different tracks built into this. There's an esport tournament software that they were running at the show, and so just a lot of detail put into this that you don't usually see in a racing game. But also, one thing that is different about this is just the style of racer. It used to be back in the 80s and the 90s, Formula-1 style racers were almost the only kind that you would come across, and I guess the 70s too. But after Daytona USA came along, things began to change in that regard, and as well as Cruising USA, and things just shifted away from Formula 1 style racing and kind of gotten forgot about by the arcade industry at large until Racecraft showed up. Now, this is based upon a console game where I believe that it procedurally generates tracks, and so it doesn't have that procedural generation, but as I mentioned, there are 40 tracks built into this game, and several game modes. One of those game modes includes a presence of, well, you have the season mode, where you can have a random season to race, and there are 5 seasons featuring 5 tracks each. And you have a hot lap mode, where it's essentially a time attack mode where you race against the clock and other ghosts. And they have one called Remontada, which I probably said that wrong, but that's where the player starts from the box, the last 8 cars, and must try to reach the podium. And so there's a lot built into this, and you can kind of see on the screen to the right there that it was showing the modes too. But just kind of surprising how much is in this. Now, my understanding is that these are sold in pairs, so you get 2 with each one. Pricing is in the 5-figure range, I believe, around the 30s is probably more accurate, or high 20s, low 30s, thousands. But that'll vary depending on your distributor that you buy from. It's just kind of impressive to see something like this again, and I had somebody walk in front of my camera there. Just because it is hitting more on the simulator side than the quick arcade side, and that's another thing too. The races feel a bit long. They believe most of them are 2 to 3 laps, and the laps just themselves are fairly long. But yeah, this should be available now. I know Tecnoplay's been trying to get this released in the States for a long time, and just they haven't been able to, mainly due to the pandemic. And here is the developer showing the kid mode, and that's just one of the options there. So you don't use the pedals, you just use the gas and the brake on the steering wheel there. And so this is him racing in that mode. But yeah, this has actually been available in Europe since 2019, and it would have been available in the States as of 2020. But not sure if that would have been through ICE or somebody else. But I'll stop yapping here, and there's more information about this game on ArcadeHeroes.com, so you can check it out there. But thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of the race.